everyone. Today I would like to talk about why so many people are moving to Panama, but specifically Bocas del Toro, Panama. And I don't want to talk about the normal ideas, it's the low cost of living, the beautiful weather, the ocean, all the things that you're going to find 1,000 videos on YouTube and online about. This video will talk specifically about the investment portion of why specifically Bocas del Toro is the place to be. So let's dive right in. All right, so let me talk to the investors here for a moment. Let me paint you a picture. And I guess technically anybody that's purchasing a home, most people's largest purchase, so you're an investor. Imagine a world where you have the opportunity to buy something in a city with very little infrastructure. And what I mean is one airport that, by the way, has very small planes, very small runway, not very easy to get to. You have to use a smaller airline, smaller airport to get there. There's no direct flights to this location type of thing. And there's impassable roads or barely passable roads. And that's, if you've ever been to Bocas del Toro, you understand that that's not an exaggeration. There's one bank, and it's a government-owned national bank. There are, I think we just got our third ATM, so, easy. We have three ATMs, okay? But there's basically no infrastructure. There's not fire hydrants. There's not electricity. I mean, the average person here uses solar panels for their power, rain catchment. There's not water. I mean, the city traditionally runs out of water a couple times a year, at least for short periods. They definitely will ration the water. So this place has its challenges and always has. However, here's where the benefit is. This place, for whatever reason, has brought in tens of thousands of tourists every year, forever. It's just the craziest thing. It's got a really cool, unique vibe. It's a very confused city, I will admit. You can have a $1,200 hotel room or a $8 hostel room. You can have a $100 lobster lunch or a $3 local meal. So this place certainly needs an identity. One of the benefits of that, of course, from my perspective, living here almost 7 years, is you can create any life you want here. You can literally reinvent yourself. There's some perks to this, There's a lot of freedom attached to that. When a town is there's not a lot of regulation, there's not a lot of infrastructure, it's a much more free place, and that can be a whole separate video. But talking about the investment aspect of this, so I just painted a pretty ugly picture for an investment, right? Doesn't sound very appealing. Those people that purchased homes here, I would say prior to 30 days ago, I call them pioneers, myself included. It's insane. It's hard to get materials. It's hard to get things. Things are expensive. We're not really on the map in this location. Here's where it gets exciting. Here's where things really change. 30 days approximately ago, the energy company Nathergy, put in a substation to connect power to this island, disconnecting the diesel generator system that this entire island ran on forever at something like $10,000 a day, or I don't even know if that's realistic, but it was some insane amount of money running perpetually on a diesel generator in order to have power. The power went out all the time. It was a nightmare. Very inconsistent. All the properties that we own, we personally put solar panels on because we don't want to rely on the city power grid. And same thing for the water. It's cleaner, safer, more reliable to just collect rainwater, filter it, and use that. So all of our properties have always been that way. Right now, things have changed. So they actually hooked up a power station here. They ran a cable under the ground from the mainland and connected the power here. And it's actually, I believe it's actually hydroelectric power. So, it went from a completely unsustainable process to pretty nice. And so far, after, it's been approximately a month, it's been awesome. It's been great. I think the power's only gone out very short periods of time as they're making adjustments or whatever. But I mean, it's been way more reliable. So, I mean, that's changed the game for us. Item number 2 that's happened is they have approved an $88 million road project connecting the entire island together. They're putting a road around the whole island, which has never happened before. This road will not just be a road. Right now there's like a lot of dirt roads, or there are 3-foot potholes that's all over the island. This road is actually going to be real. It's a proper size road, bike lane for safety. You've got fire hydrants, you got water system, you got sewer systems going in this thing. I mean, it's literally true infrastructure is happening right now. It was an $88 million project. That's going to be for about half of the island. So far, that's all that's technically approved, but it's in process. So you've got electricity, you've got this road in process, which, if you know Bocas del Toro, if you know Panama, you know Central America, it's a big step that things are actually happening. The money is being utilized for the purpose that it's been said it's gonna. It's great news. So that's really good, and the road is gonna be nice. I mean, they've got the entire city torn up right now. It's not very fun. They anticipate maybe 2 years, but when that's done, that's going to be great. So those are 2 major things. The third major thing that I really like to talk about with people to kind of set this idea in your head about a ground floor opportunity for investing is the airport. Right now, it's kind of a nightmare to get here. It's complicated. I mean, they do online ticketing now, but before you had to literally call them and book your ticket. And when we moved here in 2016, it was a challenge to do this, just to even get here and take a family vacation. So right now what's happening is the mayor has come out and they've approved supposedly a $50 million airport renovation. So it's looking like it's going to happen. They've announced it, but that's definitely a later project. This is very much an island time type of place, so you never know. But if that happens, it changes the game completely, because you're looking at Copa flights direct from Miami into Bocas del Toro. I mean, right now it's switching airports, taxis, extra flights, small airplanes. It's uncomfortable or confusing or difficult for a lot of people. So, I mean, it's really game over. I'll give you a story. I looked at buying a property. It was a little condo in St. Croix years ago, and it was like a $100,000 condo. And this was before they had the international airport built in St. Croix. Now, of course, they did. That property, I believe, is $350,000 now. A lot of stuff you can't touch for less than $500,000. Obviously, we're in a little bit of a boom that's starting to crash at this point globally. But I'll tell you, that's exactly what would happen here. I mean, if you can get direct flights from Miami, as an example, or LAX into Bocas del Toro, it's game over. Property prices will double overnight. It'll become the next Aruba, the next small Caribbean island. This has been the cheapest real estate that anybody would want to live in safely for years, forever. So give us a call. Those are just some of my ideas. We're happy to talk to you about all these details. I'm in it. I love it. I've been buying property personally. We're very excited about it. It's happening.